Hi friends, Dr. Ramadevi Papalu here, your fertility specialist. Today I am going to discuss what are the reasons for male infertility. In male infertility, especially everyone knows, everything revolves around sperm parameters. Why in some people there will be azoospermia or oligoacinospermia. These two are the main contributing reasons for male infertility. Male contributes almost 40 to 50% of causes of infertility. So previously people used to think mainly the problem will be in the female, but it is not like that. It is 40% in the female, 40% in the male, and 20% combined reasons. Both male and female may be affected in 20% of the cases. So it is very important to examine the male partner also and do all the tests to know what are the reasons for male infertility. We can categorize male infertility into three groups. Especially I refer to oligoacinospermia and azoospermia. This can be pre-testicular problems, testicular problems, and post-testicular problems. Why pre-testicular problems means the whole process of spermatogenesis, that is sperm production, starts from the signals from the hypothalamus in the brain. Hypothalamus acts on the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secretes gonadotropins, that is FSH and LH. FSH and LH come and act on the testis. So FSH stimulates the production of the sperm, that is spermatogenesis. LH helps in the production of the testosterone. So both are important for the reproductive carrier. Let us take first the pre-testicular reasons. Pre-testicular reasons will be in the either in the hypothalamus or in the pituitary. So we can divide into proper pituitary problems. Like in the pituitary, there may be selective FSH LH deficiency or pituitary insufficiency, total pan pituitary insufficiency, or pituitary tumors, or pituitary like adenomas, prolactin adenomas, and craniopharyngioma, any other cancers, or injury to the base of the brain. When there is a injury to the base of the brain, pituitary cellular tessica is involved. So that the pituitary is involved, its blood circulation will be affected, the hormones will not develop properly. And infiltrative diseases is another common, and sometimes chronic diseases like liver, kidney, other health issues also can affect on this. Coming to the other pituitary reasons, that is hypogonadotrophic hypogonadism. In that IHH, that is isolated hypogonadotrophic hypogonadism, or CHH, congenital hypogonadotrophic hypogonadism. So all these problems come under the category of pre-testicular problems. So one by one, if there is a problem in the sperm production, we have to do the test. Especially for this, if there are any pituitary problems, we need to do CT scan, prolactin hormone test, and serum FSH LH, prolactin, cortisol, X-ray of the skull, including the base of the skull, which gives the proper picture of the cellular tessica, and MRI also will be very helpful. And then chromosomal analysis. Chromosomal analysis will give the idea about any Klinefelter syndrome, Kallmann syndrome, or super female, or any of those aneuploidies or translocations of the any chromosomes. It can be balanced or imbalanced, or especially Y chromosome is responsible for all the male characters. So on the Y chromosome, AZFC, AZF is one gene which is responsible for the production of the spermatogenesis. So in that A, B, C, these genes, if they are selectively not there, microdeletions, Y chromosome microdeletions we call. So if there is a Y chromosome microdeletions or another gene is there, DAZ, DAZ. If there are any microdeletions on the AZF or DAZ, the sperm production will be affected. So to know the pre-testicular reasons, we need to do the hormone analysis, scanning, chromosomal analysis, CT scan. These tests will be helpful to identify what is the reason for the pre-testicular reason. So coming to the testicular problems mainly starting from undescended testis. Actually, testis, when the baby is in the womb of the mother, the testis will be near the adrenal gland, on the kidney near the adrenal gland. Slowly, as the baby grows 9 months and comes out, by that time testis will come down, settle down in the scrotum and get fixed. Suppose if this process is affected, testis will not be there in the scrotum. Empty scrotum will be there. So empty scrotum, sometimes it can be there, but before the age of 5 years, sometimes the small ball-like thing goes up and down, sometimes inside the abdomen, sometimes outside the abdomen, but it has to be there in the testis by 5 years. Parents, whenever they have a male child, they should keep on observing whether the testis is there in the scrotum or not. If it is absent, they should approach the doctor before the age of 5 years, so that if they identify the testis in the inguinal canal, they will bring down and fix it in the testis. So along with the baby, testis also will grow, and there will not be any future problems of infertility. But if it is not done before the age of 5, then the testis will not grow with the baby and the testicular atrophy will be there. But even then we have to do surgery, because this undescended testis, they can lead to testicular tumors. So keeping that in view, we need to do the surgery. If it is done after 5 years, if it is not useful for the reproduction, then testis will be removed. So undescended testis, agenesis of the testis. Due to various reasons, testis may stop developing intrauterine. So cryptorchidism, undescended testis, we call it as a cryptorchidism also. For most of the reasons will be in cryptorchidism, about 15-20% will be this testicular atrophy. They don't grow into the adult size. And sometimes the injury, direct, the person may face accident. In that accident, testis may be damaged. Or in some people, we call it as a testicular torsion. The testis will get twisted, blood supply will be affected, and when there is no blood supply, it can go into gangrene. So when the patient comes with the severe pain in the testis, then if it is a gangrenous testis, we need to remove the testis. Sometimes it can happen, and in some cases there may be varicocele or hydrocele. Varicocele is there is a change in the blood circulation surrounding the testis. So left testis is directly connected to the renal artery and adrenal. So whenever there is a varicocele, these hormones are also affected. That will lead to testicular atrophy, and sperm production will be affected. So in varicocele, the varicocele can be easily diagnosed with the scanning. Testicular problems, we have to do scanning. In the scanning, the size we will come to know, the size of the testis, and the epididymis also they can see. And if there is a volume change, then we have to think what is the reason for the volume change. And another common testicular reason is mumps. Childhood, if the boy is suffered with mumps architis. Mumps virus will affect the parotid gland as well as the testis also. If it affects the testis also, we call it as a mumps architis. So in this case also, sperm production will be affected. So any toxins also, spermatogenesis can be affected. Toxins can be by taking some medicines for any other health issues, or toxins may be in the environment, because in the industrial world lot of chemicals are being used in the production of all the things what we use in day to day life. Those chemicals enter in our body and damage the reproductive organs, both ovary and as well as the testis. So chemical destruction of the testis by in external atmospheric or because of the medicines, it can happen. So any infections other than mumps, any infections, bacterial infections, gonorrhea, these things can block epididymis and seminal vesicle. So when even those sperm are produced properly in the testis, the propagation of the sperms into the ejaculatory system will be affected. So because of this, the sperm production is normal, but it is not coming out of the testis. It is, the sperms are not there in the ejaculated semen. So in the testis, either blood circulation changes, or any toxins affecting the testis, or a torsion of the testis, all these things come under the testicular problems. So post testicular problems are mostly delivery of the sperm. Sperm are produced in the testis normally, but delivery is not effective. So here the examples are impotence, premature ejaculation, or retrograde ejaculation, erectile dysfunction. So all these comes under post testicular problems. So depending upon the reasons, we have to address the problem. But in modern medicine, for every problem, there is an alternative procedure. So we can help any kind of a problem, whatever I have mentioned the reasons for male infertility. So in common man's language, mostly after doing all the investigation, how can we help these patients? That we will discuss in the next episode.